But right now, I feel like I have so many, and there's so many people who are doing so well, and I just want to, Tyler Oakley is one of my role models. Tyler is such a great example of somebody who uses his voice, and he's a great role model for all young gay people. So Tyler, definitely.
I guess it's kind of safe to say all are kind of out and proud. I guess how much of that is informed by, I guess, a sense of responsibility to like the kid who's in the Midwest and is, you know, closeted.
You know, before we answer that question, how many people here are from outside of California? Raise your hand if you came here.
Wow!
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. How many people here would say that they live in an area that would be defined as like rural or a suburb? Raise your hand. Okay. How many people here are one of the few people who are the only people in their immediate community where they live who are the only person they know who identifies as LGBT? So thank you for your courage for showing up today and, you know, being a part of this, because we know how hard it is when you're out in the sticks and the burbs to really own it.
One letter we get all the time is, I wish this show were around when I was young. And I just we feel an enormous responsibility, not necessarily in, you know, dictating what we write, but in getting out there to get as many people as we can to know that there is a show like this, and there are shows like these. So I work my ass off, or have the last 40 years, to go to After Ellen and Autostraddle and Tube Filter and be on all of these panels so that you know you aren't alone, so that you know someone is writing stories that you can relate to, that haven't been told before. And you're free to criticize them and say, well, that isn't really me, or you're free to say, that is me. So that's why I'm going to ask you to take these cards before you go and watch the damn show, for God's sakes.
I really want to answer his question about responsibility. I think that as entertainers or as performers or creators, like, we are blessed with a great deal of influence and like a huge responsibility. I love it, and I feel like all the support and pride that, you know, unfortunately doesn't exist in my, you know, personal life. I want to just give that out to every little homo that I meet. I'm like, you're great, you know?
I just forgot what I was going to say. No, I know. A big homo. We'll start there. No, I feel like with there is some sort of sense of responsibility when people, entertainers, come out that we kind of thrust upon them, and then we criticize them for not being more advocates, like what's wrong with them, all that kind of stuff, and it's just like, why are they standing up for us more? And I actually believe it is a personal decision that each person has to make. And I also believe that for me, the greatest thing I can do for my community is to be the best human being that I can be. So I'll have more of an effect if I take responsibility for my own life, deal with my own personal issues, be involved in a loving relationship, and be the best damn fucking actor I can be. And going out on the streets, and yes, I've marched and did all that stuff with the Prop 8 business, but like, I'll get more done by being my own example and being the attraction rather than the promotion part about it. So.
Love it. I'm getting a bit clumped up here. Okay, it looks like, and I mean that sincerely, thank you, Sean. I think Sean is, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think all four of you are pioneers. And, you know, this industry is turbulent and crazy, and, you know, thank you for your contribution. Thank you for who you are, and for what you've contributed, not only to YouTube, but also to the world. And with that, I think, do we have one more question in the back? Go for it.
Not just ours, but a show called Out with Dad, coming from Canada. And it depicts your situation. And again, as I said, there's a dad-daughter situation in our show as well. But, I mean, you have to also, you know, you have to just show him as much as possible that you're a person, and you have to hope he'll come around, which I can't believe any parent won't. That's my problem with that, because I'm a parent too, and I just, you know, it's a hard one, but I think if you can get him, engage him, you know, and talk with him, spend some time with him, and show him out with Dad or anyone but me. Seriously.
I have some direct experience with this, and I'm going to speak to it really fast.
Oh, yeah,
No,
go.
I was raised Mormon, and so when I came out to my family, it was, as you can imagine, and so my big lesson in life was that I honestly, I love what you shared, but I can't sit around and hope for them to change, because they're probably not, because the way that my mother thinks with her faith, that if you take that one piece out, that gays are not sinful, the whole thing falls apart. So what I've learned for me to be happy in my life is that I've actually had to give her the love and the respect and the acceptance that I've been demanding from her my entire life. I can be around her and have no problem with that and just give her what I wanted for so long. Now, there's progress with my mother. Instead of voting yes on Prop 8 in California, she said that if the vote came around again, I just wouldn't vote this time.